is up, familia? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around these parts, hello, hi, thank you so much for clicking. My name is Anna, and on this channel we budget plan and we kind of like stickers just a wee bit. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to tap the bell so you're notified every time your girl uploads new content, because I'm telling y'all, YouTube is trifling. So if you don't want to miss an upload, make sure you tap that bell. Tap, tap, tap. But hello. I am back with another memory plan with me for you guys, and I'm using this up kit from Scribble Prints Co. I thought it was just a perfect kind of spring summer transition kit. We're still technically, officially in spring, but I feel like we are heading for summertime. Y'all know. And for today's topic or discussion, we're going to be talking about basically the second half of finance questions that you should ask. So I'm saying second half because I did do the first 10 questions in my previous plan with me. I'll make sure I link that up in the cards in case you guys missed it. You can go back and check that out and see what those first 10 questions were. I'm going to be doing the second 10 questions of the kind of finance questions you should ask. I did mention this in my previous plan with me, but I did get these questions from Sierra Budgets here on YouTube and Fun and Budget with Tinesha Davis. They pretty much did a collab where they asked these questions of each other. So I thought it was really insightful, and honestly, I prefer the way they kind of did it in conversation, and I highly recommend checking out their videos because they were both amazing. And I will have them linked down below. Go and check them out, show them some love, tell them I sent you, all the good things. But that is what I'm going to be doing for this video. As far as the spread goes, you guys know I'm using the up kit, which I already mentioned. I did pull in some foil from Scribble Prints Co. and Letters to Apollo, and I think that's it. I did use gold foil. I almost went non-foil for this spread, but I'm finding that to be harder and harder these days. Fun fact, I was watching Lauren Plans, I believe, here on YouTube, and she was saying how when she first started planning, she wasn't that into glossy paper, and now she's like, loves glossy paper, wasn't that into Scribble Prints Co. because of course Scribble Prints Co. is glossy. It's a glossy paper shop. And she's like, now I always order from Scribble Prints Co. And she's like, I wasn't that into foil and now I'm super into foil. And I was like, you are me. Like, she is me. So I'm just waiting to get into bougie boxes. That's the next thing that I'm not super into, but give me a month or so. Who knows? I'll probably be all about it. But I am trying to stay away because, this hobby is expensive AF. I'm just saying. But anyways, it is June, you guys. Happy June to all of you. Happy Pride Month. Happy Juneteenth, even though it's not Juneteenth yet. I'm excited for all of these things happening in June. And of course, y'all already know I'm 1000% excited for In the Heights. Y'all already know. If you guys missed that, I talked all about that in my June monthly budget. I'll link it up in the cards for you guys so you guys can go and check it out. Oh, Father's Day is this month too. There's just a whole lot of stuff going on this month, so it should be exciting. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these questions. So again, these questions are really meant to ask a partner, someone you're getting serious with or someone you're engaged to or whatever have you. Great for that. But I did mention before that I think you can have this conversation with anyone. It could be a friend or a family member who you're trying to help manage their money, because you got to get to the root cause if you want to see change or if you want to modify behavior. So I think that these questions really help you get to that. And even asking yourself these questions if you're struggling with managing your money, I think will be beneficial. So here we go. Question number 1, what's your first money memory? Right now, what comes to mind is, of course, I had a piggy bank. It was a Pooh Bear bank, but whatever, piggy bank. And I remember having to roll up the coins. I just remember having the little those little like coin slips and putting the change in there every so often. That's literally the first thing I thought of when I read this question. So I think that's my earliest memory of money that I can think of. Yeah, I didn't prep before, so y'all gonna get what comes to mind. So here we go. Here we go. Buckle up, folks. Number 2, did you know how much your parents earned when you were a child? Nope. Excuse me. I had no idea how much they earned. They didn't really talk about money like that. My dad would talk to me about money just to be like, you need to save, like make sure you're always saving, save. But otherwise, there wasn't really a whole lot of talk about money. So I definitely didn't know how much they earned. Not at all. Next question. Did your family have a budget? How did you feel about it? Again, I have no idea if they had a budget. Growing up, like, I just didn't know, things were just taken care of. And as a kid, you just think they just appear there miraculously. You're like, they just come here. What do you mean? Like someone had to work to get this food on the table? Even though I knew my parents like went to work and stuff, you don't understand the concept as a kid, right? So I don't know that they had a budget. I will tell you that for my parents, my dad was definitely the saver and my mom is definitely the spender. So I'm sure they had some struggles with keeping to a budget, for sure. So yeah, the second half of that question was, how did you feel about it? I don't know if they had a budget, but I was taken care of, thank God. And thanks to them, I never felt like I needed something, or I didn't have something. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that. Next question is, did you get an allowance as a child? What did you do with it? I don't think so. Let me tell y'all, Latino households don't really do allowances. And if, maybe that's changed. So if you grew up in a Latino household and you had an allowance, sis, bruh, count your blessings. Because let me tell y'all, there was no allowance in my household. We did chores and stuff, and like, if we wanted ice cream or whatever, my parents would give me money for that. But there was no allowance, like weekly allowance. Nope, not a thing. Is a no. It's a no. I don't know why, but I'm really loving saying that. That might be my new catchphrase. It's a no, sis. Okay, next question. Number 5, did your parents fight about money? Yeah, well, definitely. And I can't say that there were like complete arguments in front of me, because for the most part, I feel like my childhood was pretty tame in that sense. But of course, they had disagreements about money. Again, my dad was the saver and my mom was a spender. So y'all can imagine. Okay, number 6. What money habits did your parents practice? How did you feel about those habits? My dad was really into saving, and he always kind of, gave me kind of the advice and the wisdom behind making sure that you save. He used to always say, like, if you make $100, don't spend 101. That used to be his thing. And I definitely have taken that with me. I've been saving. Like, I've always had kind of automated savings from all of my paychecks, I think, since I started working. So it was definitely something that I took with me for sure. The second kind of part of that question is, how did you feel about those habits? I felt great about those. Again, my mom never talked about money with me, like, ever. But she's always been into like getting a bargain and like couponing. Like they were both into couponing and things like that. She loved getting a good deal, all that stuff. She still loves getting a good deal. You guys, she will call me. Okay. I'm full blown working. She will call me to tell me about a deal she got. And I'm like, Ma, like I'm happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but like I'm working. Oh, bless her heart. I can't with her sometimes. Okay, next question. Number 7. What drives your financial decisions? Wow, I'm already on number 7? Y'all, what am I about to do for the next, like, billion hours of this video? This is going to get interesting, y'all. What drives your financial decisions? That's a good question. What drives my financial decisions? I mean, several things. It depends on the decision I'm making. Making sure that it's something that I can afford, that it's something within my budget, that it makes sense for present me and future me, or present us and future us for me and my boyfriend. Yeah, it really depends on the financial decision that I'm making, because depending on which decision I'm making, it has several layers, right? So it really depends, but I try to think about present me, future me. Is this something that I can realistically afford? Do I need this? Or do I want this? Can I wait on this? I do a lot of purchase procrastination, y'all, which the term, I've been doing it before hearing the term, but I got the term from Finance Rocks, who is also here on YouTube. You guys can go and check her out. I don't know if she is active on YouTube at the moment, but y'all can go and check her out. But I heard that term from her first, and basically it just means, and let me know if you guys shop like this, but basically what I'll do is go through, let's say I'm on Amazon, or of course I'm like shopping stickers. I will go through and literally add everything to cart. I will add all of the things, even if I'm not sure if I want them, they go in the cart. And then basically what I do is usually I'll wait a couple days. So I'll wait a couple days, I'll revisit the cart, and then slowly I go through and take things out where I'm like, I don't really need this, or I have enough of this, or like we need to get this total needs to be lower. So like buy whatever the reason, I start to slowly decrease the amount of things that are in my cart. And then I end up, of course, with less than what I put in initially. Now, do I always shop like this? No, but I would say probably like 75% of the time I shop like this, when it comes to shopping online. So, which is pretty much all that I do these days. Like, who goes in a store anymore? So yeah. So that's been, and I think that's been helpful in saving me from buying things that I'm like, I really don't need this. You really don't need this though. So yeah, that is question number 7. Yes. Question number 8. If you won $1 million today, what would you do with the money? Oh, child. If I win $1 million today, I would buy a home. I would, I'm debating whether or not I'd want to buy a car. I'd definitely buy a home. And to be honest with you, I'd probably have a home built. Like if I have $1 million, I want that crib to have everything that I want. I'm talking customization to the max, so that I can build my dream home. So I would have a dream home built. I'd probably get a car. I mean, I'd like to tell you that I'd be super modest and not get one. I probably would get a car. I don't need a car, but I won $1 million. I probably would get a car. So I'd have my house built. I'd get a car. I would invest a certain amount. I'm not sure exactly how much. I would get my parents a home that they can live in without having to worry about paying a mortgage or paying rent. I would travel probably. Other than that, that's about it. And I would keep doing YouTube. Isn't that crazy? That's how you know, you guys. Like, if there's something you would do, even if you won $1 million, keep doing that thing. Yeah, I would do some combo of all of that if I won $1 million. Okay. Number 9, what's one money habit that you admire about me? Okay, so this would be if you're asking a partner. I'm trying to think of one money habit I'd admire about myself. Let's see. Probably the fact that I've always saved. I like that. I like that my savings has always been automated. I wish I would have been smarter about what I did with that saved money. In certain instances, but I'm still glad that I save. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if there's anything else. I think that's it. I don't know. I'm also kind of like a go-getter person. Like that's just my way of being. So I kind of like that. I mean, there's obviously downsides to that. Don't get me wrong. But I also kind of like that about myself. So yeah. I don't know if I answered that question how I should have, but that's the best I got, y'all. Okay, number 10. If I lost $100 on something and didn't tell you, would you be upset with me? How about $1,000? Okay, so this is a good partner question. However, if my boyfriend lost $100 on something and didn't tell me, I probably would not be that upset. One, because we budget separately, so I probably wouldn't know and I wouldn't feel it as much. But if we had a joint account and he lost $100, I'd be like, well, not smart, but I'd be okay. Now, if he lost $1,000, I'd be like, bruh, bruh, what are you doing, homie? Like, we're gonna have to have a whole talk right now. Like, what are you doing? So I would say 100, not too much. 1,000, yeah, we gotta have a talk. That's a lot of money. But again, me and my boyfriend budget separately, which actually was a question I got on the channel recently. We do budget separately, and we split some bills. Like, you guys have never seen like cable, internet, streaming services. He covers all of that, so you guys never see that in my budget. I do watch TV though, every once in a while. Not even TV, mostly streaming services, if I'm being honest, and YouTube. But yeah. So that was the last question, y'all. Look at this. We have a whole, I don't know how many minutes left in this video. Let me go look. All right, y'all. Since we have this time, I have to tell you guys. So, first of all, I need to shout out Charmed Budgets, who, y'all, get you a friend like Charmed Budgets. Go and follow her. She has a YouTube. She has an Instagram. It's Charmed Budgets on both. Sis shares everyone's videos. It's like amazing. She's amazing. Like, she's a whole queen. She commented on my last video about this. And she was talking about, negotiating your salary for a job. And I thought that was a great point. I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video, but oh my goodness, like, that needs to be a whole topic on its own, you guys. Let me know if you guys negotiated your salary at whatever job you're at, or your pay or whatever have you at whatever job you're at, if you did it before, and if you felt comfortable with it and how it went. You don't have to give me like details. Like, you don't have to tell me I made this and now I'm making this. I'm just asking more in general for people that have experience in doing that. Because let me tell y'all, I've been here working in the big girl world for 9 years now. And I've never negotiated my salary because my first big girl job, I felt like I didn't have a leg to stand on. Like, what am I negotiating? I'm very green, obviously, and I don't have experience to really ask for more. Actually, you know what? I did negotiate a little bit for my second job, the job I'm in now, because they were lowballing me and I was not having it. And I still feel like I went low. It's such a like slippery slope to climb, you guys. Like, to be in a space where you can, like, what is that sweet spot? And it's different for every job, of course, and experience and yada yada. It's based off that stuff. But like, finding that sweet spot where you don't lowball yourself but also don't reach too high, that is tricky for me. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have negotiated your salaries or pay successfully. I'm really interested because it's a slippery slope. And shout out to Charm Budgets for making me think of this. Hopefully she watches this. But I guess I'll tell you guys like a little bit of how I did it. I think I'm trying to remember because it's been a little bit, but I remember saying like, when I was speaking to the HR person, I was like, this starting salary is basically where I'm at my current position. I was really hoping to like, I don't remember if I said step up or like, I don't know, increase. I said it in a more like professional way, but basically I'm looking for more money. And I was very surprised at how okay she was with, not okay. She was like, well, let me go back and talk to the hiring manager and yada, yada, yada. And it ended up working out. But again, I feel like I could have gone higher. I think it's always that even when you've negotiated your pay successfully, unless you did a ton of research and like know exactly what you should be making, I feel like there's always that thought of, man, did I just lowball myself? Could I have gone higher? Yeah, anyways, y'all, here I am flipping through the remains. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I'll have to have a whole nother conversation just about salary negotiation. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all real soon.